Hyderabad, once the domain of the Qutub Shahis and the Asif Jahis, and now, though a growing metropolis, it remains the greatest testimony to the past glory. Among these reflections of another time, at the pinnacle stands the Salarjung Museum, one of the world's largest one-man collections.
A treasure trove of rich global art, this museum was a loving gift from the noble family of the Salarjungs to the nation. Great connoisseurs of art, 5 members of this illustrious family were also Prime Ministers of the Nizams of Hyderabad.
The vast collection of art objects were mostly acquired by Mir Yusuf Ali Khan, Salarjung III, and is known as a one-man collection. But his grandfather, Mir Turab Ali Khan, Salarjung I, and his father, Nawab Laik Ali Khan, Salarjung II, both prime ministers in the Nizam's court, also contributed in great measure towards this global collection.
Salarjung III was brought up every inch in the traditions of his forefathers. He was educated and groomed to fulfill his position as a premier nobleman, and wholeheartedly pursued the interests of the nobility in his day, from sports, hunting and literature to appreciating beauty and collecting beautiful objects.
He went about, you see, went to various places. When he saw all these places, all these articles, he said, "Wonderful, the world, I never thought for a moment that the world consisted of so many beautiful articles which are really old relics and which are to be really appreciated in the true sense of the word." And then that passion grew in him, you see, and he slowly went on increasing.
The passion for beauty went back a long way to his illustrious grandfather, Salarjung I. One particular piece stands testimony to this: the veiled Rebecca. This exquisite marble statue by the Italian sculptor Benzoni, which was bought by Salarjung I in 1876, is easily the star attraction of the museum.
Salarjung himself added to the collection to make the museum one of the most varied, ranging from South Indian bronzes to Western marble sculptures. The museum's Indian collection contains some fine examples of stone carving going back to the 1st century. Some of these South Indian bronzes date back to the Cholas, Pallavas and Kakatiyas. The Western collection covers not only some fine examples of marble and bronze, but also some unique pieces like the double statue. This wooden masterpiece, made in France, represents Mephistopheles and Margareta, an embodiment of good and evil from Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus.
Among the museum's treasures are rare objects of historical value, like arms and weaponry. It also boasts of a copy of Louis XV's writing table.
Perhaps the museum's singular attraction lies in its spectacular range of objects from around the world. As many as 4 galleries are devoted to France, Egypt, China, and Japan, offering windows into their worlds and cultures. These are some of the most exquisite silk embroideries from Japan. The Egyptian gallery has a rare copy of King Tutankhamun's throne. The French room has the most fascinating objects and is the most admired in the museum, with Rococo furniture and rare collections of Sèvres porcelain. Salarjung Museum stands unique for its European collections, especially in its paintings. Amongst the pride of the museum's collections are paintings by Italian masters like Canaletto and Hayes. galleries also offer works by English painters like Leighton, Cooper, and Landseer. Some of the toys Salarjung treasured as a child are still preserved in the children's section, besides a vast collection from different parts of the world. These interesting pieces range from the 7 dwarfs to toy soldiers. The pride of the ivory room remains the set of chairs belonging to Tipu Sultan, ordered by Salarjung just before his death. Some of the finest ivory works are from India, the Far East, and Europe.
Among the museum's top attractions is a British musical clock. Just before the stroke of an hour, hundreds of visitors gather in the courtyard where this musical clock, bought by Salarjung I, is placed. At the stroke of the hour, a man steps out of the door to strike a bell and leaves everyone amused. The musical clock remains a well-loved spectacle.
Salarjung had an unerring eye for beauty, and in showcasing it, the museum has made these things a joy forever. These include some fabulous chandeliers and fine examples of Venetian, Bohemian, Czechoslovakian and Mughal glass. The German Dresden porcelain and the English porcelain have some of the most beautiful pieces. These Chinese snuff bottles are amazingly painted from the inside.
Unlike most of the noblemen of his day, Salarjung was an erudite scholar and a voracious reader. His library, a single man's collection, includes thousands of books and manuscripts in English, Persian, Arabic and Urdu. During his lifetime, Salarjung housed his collection in 7 buildings on his ancestral property.
All his amount, his money and various other things were put in this. And now it is being brought before all the public, you see. They see it, enjoy it and then appreciate it.
His dream of setting up a museum was realized only after his death, when his collection was displayed and formally inaugurated by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru in 1951 as a museum in Diwan Deori, his ancestral home. The Diwan Deori, with its echoes of old-world Hyderabad, set the right ambience for the richness of Salarjung's collections.
Baba, there was the Aina Khana, then the Sabz Bangla, and then the Naya Makan, it was called. Now it has been demolished.
Unfortunately, like several buildings of historical value, it was razed to the ground and replaced by concrete jungles.
सही बात, तरह तरह की दुकानें आ गई वहाँ। वो तो बिल्कुल गया, अब ख्वाब में भी नहीं देख सकते उसको, हम क्या करेंगे अब?
And the museum was moved to its present site in 1968. Today, the museum is recognized as an institute of national value, but for the hundreds of visitors who come to the museum every day, it's not just the objects of art that fascinate, but the breadth of one man's knowledge and interest and his contribution to the preservation of art. Though the object of art immortalizes the artist, it's ultimately the collector that immortalizes both and preserves it for the gratification of generations to come.